in their spare time in the evenings and on weekends, and that's completely improper.
Thomas, real quick before I let you go, people are saying on the other side that this is business as usual. This is not unusual at all. What would you say to that?
I disagree. From what we've seen in emails, there appears to be a very close connection between donors to the Clinton Foundation and people being given access. And I think what makes this unusual is, as we've been talking, there are people who are wearing two hats here.
All right, thank you very much. Well, you know, it's not just the Justice Department. Even the media having trouble getting a direct answer about the Clinton Foundation from the State Department. In fact, this is an exchange from just 2 days ago.
So you don't feel like this email, or you don't feel like there was impropriety in the relationship between the Clinton Foundation and the State Department?
We talked to a wide range of people at my level, at various levels in the department.
Can you at least try to answer Abigail's question, which was, has the department looked into this and determined that there was no impropriety?
The department is regularly in touch with people across the whole spectrum.
That's not the question. The question is whether or not you've looked into this. The building has looked into it and determined that everything was okay, that there was nothing wrong.
We feel confident in our ability and our past practice of reaching out to a variety of sources and being responsive to requests.
I'm sorry. Am I not speaking English? Is this? I mean, is it coming across as a form? I'm not asking you if. No one is saying it's not okay or it's bad for the department to get a broad variety of input from different people. The question is whether or not you've determined that there was nothing improper here.
We feel confident that all the rules were followed.
And here's what the State Department was saying yesterday.
I want to return to something that we were talking about yesterday at some length, which is these latest emails that were fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Funny, that's not the response I expected.
The State Department is not aware of any actions that were influenced by the Clinton Foundation.
Any action at all over the course of Secretary Clinton's tenure?
Correct.
That's a rather sweeping statement. You still cannot say whether or not this anonymous redacted person for privacy reasons was in fact hired?
Correct. The Privacy Act limits our ability to comment on the hiring process.
Can you confirm that you were hired by the State Department?
I would not be standing here otherwise.
Okay, so you can speak, then you can speak about personnel.
It's sort of like the cat. I'm here, you can see me, you can confirm it for yourself. You're aware of reports that I'm standing here briefing for you.
All right, to Conservative Review's Danine Borelli, who says this is just proof the whole system is rigged. Liberal commentator Danielle McLaughlin says there's nothing here. All right, so Danine, you're just not satisfied with those answers, obviously.
Charles, the game is rigged on so many levels. Obama and the left, they want Hillary Clinton to be president no matter what. And so the left infrastructure is clearly falling in line, from the mainstream media to the State Department, FBI. Comey had he laid out the case against Hillary Clinton, then he backtracked on it. I mean, clearly, and the Department of Justice. I mean, clearly, this woman has been getting away with so much for so many years, and there's a reason why so many Americans are just fed up with government officials, and how things are done in this country.
You know, Danielle, even people who don't follow politics closely feel like there are rules for all of us, and then there are the rules for the Clintons, and they are above what we live by.
I understand that people think that, but I think what we need to do is go back to these 296 pages of emails. And what is extraordinary about them is that they're really ordinary. They are speeches, they are really heartfelt notes to people who have moved on, or people who have,
Well, hold on one second. There were favors being asked.
Yes,
and it felt like the reason you asked the favor because someone is in a position to grant those favors, and there was supposed to be a line, there was supposed to be a wall, the Great Wall of China between those two things.
Totally agree. Two things. We don't know whether these things actually happened, and number one. And number two, these were put to the aides. And this notion that they were somehow deputized to do things, we have no proof of this. So Judicial Watch didn't go after any conservatives, has never gone after any Republicans with FOIA or any of these other things. It's alluring, but it's a smear, and there's no there.
Well, Huma Abedin is not your your average 8 case.
Yeah.
And the idea that she could not get a favor granted with Secretary Clinton is not far-fetched. I mean, obviously, that's why she would be asked in the first place.
Right. And listen, these emails were not all put forward from Hillary Clinton, like she had said early on. So these were uncovered with this current investigation. Thank goodness they've been made public. But again, all the lies and the spin that is coming out with this election is just really outrageous. And Hillary Clinton, again, has been getting away with so much for many, many years. The Clintons blow through lives of Americans like a storm. They're never held accountable. They wreak havoc on people in the country. And then this is what we're faced with: more lies and more tales that are being spun.
Obviously, I disagree. I think the spin here is with conservative media, who is making this out to be something that it's really not. And I think in all of this,
it's pay for play.
There's no pay. In all respect, Dina, there's no pay and there's no play. We have no evidence of wrongdoing, and this is alluring because it's Clinton and it's emails. It's an election cycle.
If the media would do its job and report on what is really happening instead of covering for Hillary Clinton and trying to hang up on anything that Donald Trump says or does, this is to prevent what's really going on, what's really happening.
What about the long-term track record, Danielle, of this sort of stuff happening? I mean, there's a trail of this that goes back multiple decades.
I agree that the Clintons, and we've talked about this before, a long, long time there have been issues, and they've frankly had a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars spent against them. We saw the FBI come out and say there would be no indictment related to her first emails. And like I said, we've got 97 days to an election, and this is alluring. I think Americans should go out there and read those 296 pages and make their own decisions.
Well, one thing they can't read is the name, right? The redacted name.
Well,
it would be
privacy.
nice, Deneen, perhaps if they told us who that name was and we could find out if that person did indeed get a job. So now we're all left on to our own devices to guess. Right. And that's not the position I think that we should be in. We shouldn't be guessing about any of this kind of stuff with respect to the next possible commander-in-chief.
Well, no, you're absolutely right.
That's true,
and it's all about accountability as well. I mean, our politicians and appointed officials, they have not been held accountable, whether it's the IRS, the FBI, Hillary Clinton and her lies. Every day there's something else that is coming out from this campaign.
These privacy laws are not there to respect or protect Clinton. They're there to respect the rest of us.
All right, guys.
And the rest of us are getting harmed by it.
The rest of us would like to know if we're going to make this decision in November. Ladies, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Hey, forget a pat down. We're prompted this TSA